We have the technology and the resources globally to end it. What we don't have are leaders who stepped up and said, I'm going to cut the check. I'm just going to end it. I'm going to take this problem in the headlines and I'm going to go put it in the history books.
Welcome to the Big Money Influencers Podcast. We talk with top influencers and experts to help you navigate and prosper in your business. It's all about creating wealth, legacy, and an online presence. Here's your host, Ceanne Livingston.
I'm talking to Andrew from People Helping People, and I'm excited to dig into a conversation with him about his business, about building wealth, and what he does to help people. Welcome, Andrew.
I appreciate the invite. It's great to spend some time together.
Awesome. I usually start these conversations asking about the name of your business is People Helping People. How do you help people? And tell me a little bit about your business.
I originally came from the nonprofit background. I was told, probably like yourself and anybody else, go to school, get good grades, get a good job. And I did all that. I was in LA. I got my bachelor's. I went back and got my master's in career counseling, college adult development. I really thought I was going to be working in either a church or a counseling profession. I loved helping people. When I got into the nonprofit space, I was working as a college pastor for about 7 years. I got into nonprofit and loved that space. But the challenge is that money buys things. And after seeing my family experience the downturn of 0809, when that kind of hit millions of folks that way, I realized, one, I didn't want to be in a spot where I was just waiting to get discovered. I didn't want to just jump from job to job to job, hoping to get an extra $1 an hour. So I knew I wanted to find a different industry, a different career, but I loved helping people. A friend of mine was in the financial space. To answer your question, we're a financial brokerage firm. We represent about 20 or 30 of the largest insurance companies, the John Hancock's, AIG, Mutual of Omaha, those kind of companies. My buddy was in the space doing very well for himself. I was helping a lot of people, but I wanted to scale my impact. I wanted to be able to do more, and I wanted to scale my income. And we had a dinner conversation, and one thing led to another. And so People Helping People is an insurance marketing company. Our number one focus is on teaching families who've been pretty much left behind and left out of the wealth building conversation. If you're in the multicultural middle class, we don't learn what the wealthy learn. We don't get access to that. We may go to school, but we don't get a financial education. I wanted to be able to learn that for myself, but be in a space where I could help empower people with that. The whole vision of People Helping People agency is to help people learn how to make money the way that the wealthy do, teaching entrepreneurial business systems, scaling, and to teach people how to save, protect, and grow their money the way the wealthy do. And that's where the insurance companies come into play. I'm not the CEO. I'm one of the executive vice presidents of the company. I'm responsible for a lot of the expansion development. And we've had an absolute blast as a company. We had 60 agents in 2009. Today, we've got over 23,000 in 49 states.
That's awesome. What does wealth mean to you?
That's a deep question. We hear wealth equated with some measurable monetary goal. That's the very tangible side of it. Then you get the philosophical side where people talk about wealth. Well, wealth is happiness and family and relationships and loving your life. Okay, great, awesome. Wealth really comes down similarly to success. For me, it's really, what are you solving for? For some people, wealth could be making $100,000 a year. For other people, having wealth could never having to worry about money again. So they're quantifying about what they don't have to do. In the book of Proverbs, so I was a college pastor. So for the people on the call who don't have a faith background, no problem. Whoosha, Bree, we can talk about that. But just talking kind of about the business side of it, in the book of Proverbs, the richest man of all time, Solomon, he said, money answers all things. So I think that there's something around the ability to create a life where you have the means, you have the resources, whether that is relationships, whether that is a monetary currency, whether that is a construct of an organization that has political power, social influence, social capital. I think wealth can touch a lot of those different aspects, both monetary, social capital, and relational. But I really think it comes down to what people are solving for. And I'm not attempting to be ambiguous about this, but as I coach and mentor thousands of people who are all solving for a different life, and when they consider themselves wealthy, for some people it's a certain amount of money, for some people it's a certain amount of social capital, political power, for some people it's resources. So I think it really comes down to what people are solving for.
I like that. I have never heard of that before. Solving your problem, solving your purpose. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. For example, I'm going to get the number wrong. Someone's going to respond and say, your number's wrong. So just generalize me, roughly around 1.5 billion people wake up every day in the world and don't have access to clean water. And so what is wealth to someone like that? Someone in that position? I don't know. You look at someone like Elon Musk. What is wealth to someone like that? They may define that very differently. When I talk about building someone's wealth or helping someone build wealth, I think they need to have real clarity on what are they solving for. I'm somebody who I care about thinking, man, what would it look like if by the time I'm dead, you've got this problem that's in the headlines, clean water, for example, clean water crisis going on. We have the technology and the resources globally to end it. What we don't have are leaders who stepped up and said, I'm going to cut the check technology. I'm just going to end it. I'm going to take this problem in the headlines and I'm going to go put it in the history books. There's some problems in the world that they're just not problems anymore because someone did something meaningful with their life. And they said, people are only going to know about this because it shows up in the history books. And I kind of think about part of success or fulfilling your purpose, fulfilling your life's highest purpose is, what were you put on earth to take from the headlines and put into the history books? I believe that the process of pursuing your purpose will also build wealth. And for far too often, people chase money. And I think that if you chase money, money's going to run away from you. But if you go chase your purpose, resources, money's one of them, is going to be attracted to you. The whole wealth building conversation for me, I can't define wealth a similar way. I think the wealth creation process starts with really discovering what is somebody solving for. It's kind of where I go with that.
I love that. I haven't heard it put like that, but it's so simple. Finding your purpose, what your passion is, what you want to help, it just lines things up so exact to help create results. And you just simplified it. I love that. Let's say you're talking about the middle class. Is that the purpose, or is that the people that you mostly help in your business?
So I am willing to help anybody who wants to improve, who wants to progress. I'm willing to. I know from a business perspective, whenever somebody gets into business, if their target market is everyone, they don't have a target. There is no universal bullseye. You've got to say, this is where I'm starting. This is where I want to create the most impact. This is where I really want to hone in on. So what I've found in our business with retirement planning, insurance planning, getting people out of debt, all these kinds of financial concepts, there's a huge category. There's a couple 100 million people in middle America that have been underserved by the financial industry, and they've been underrepresented in the financial industry. So our business, the way we make money is by helping people improve their financial plan. Okay, simple, easy. What's the difference between us and 1,000 other financial companies that you and I could name? I won't put names out there, but 1,000 companies that have called us, door knocked us, mailed us, sit next door, like a good neighbor, they're there. All these insurance companies we know, right? Mm-hmm. What's the difference between what we do? Well, our number one vision as a company is not to distribute the greatest financial products in the world, although we do that. Our number one goal is to build leaders. Because I don't think America is missing money. The world's not missing money. The world's not missing businesses. The world's not missing opportunities. The world's not missing knowledge. We have freaking YouTube. Thank God for the digital universal encyclopedia. Mm-hmm. There's no lack of knowledge anymore. Knowledge used to be power. It's not anymore because everybody has equal access to it. Go to Google now. You can learn more in 3 hours on Google than a semester in college. Knowledge is no longer the currency. Now it's the application. It's, do you have a mentor that can show you how to create shortcuts? It's learning the disciplines and the processes and creating a system where you can continually execute on those things. For us, we think as a company, anybody can go distribute financial products. Can we do it better, faster, more technology, help underserved? Yes, we can. Do we do that? We're very proud of that. But we want to go build leaders. We just happened to pick a leadership development academy. I call it a gymnasium for your faith, a gymnasium. We picked the gymnasium of business because the insurance and financial industry article just came out. It is the most profitable industry in the US. If someone goes and Googles what industry is most likely to make you a millionaire, you'll find the financial services industry has built more millionaires than any other industry. If you're going to go invest 20, 40, 60 hours a week of your life somewhere, why not go invest time in a place that's going to give you the highest potential for return? So that's why we picked the industry from a capital perspective. But the goal is really to build leaders. If we can build leaders who have the knowledge of how to create, preserve wealth, how to legally find their way around playing the tax game, and how to have their own capital, you can go out there with your own capital, your own vision, and your own skills. And now you want to get into education, politics, media, arts, entertainment, business. You go to whatever sphere of society you want. You've got leadership, you've got knowledge, you've got entrepreneurship, you've got your own money, you're untouchable. So that's the real vision of the company. We just happen to pick financial services.
Absolutely. How would I get started in doing that? And is there like a certain amount of money that I have to come up with? What does that whole picture look like if I wanted to get started today?
When I was in the nonprofit world, my buddy who was in the financial world said, hey, I took him to dinner. I said, hey, how did you get into this business? Because I know how to become an engineer. Go drop $100,000 in 6 years of my life. I know how to become a lawyer, an attorney, a couple $100,000, decade of your life. I know how to become a brain surgeon, a couple of decades of your life and $500,000. I don't know how to get into the financial industry because you can go to school, but they'll never teach you how to become an entrepreneur, broker, running your own agency, and they won't show you how to get a state license. Now, there's a lot of different companies out there, and there's a lot of different models in business. Some people get into traditional business ownership. They want to open a restaurant. They invest $100,000, they get a lease, they get their state license, liquor license, whatever they're doing. Some people, my buddy wanted to open up a taco truck, invested $50,000, went and did that. If you want to go buy a franchise, you can go franchise.
Learn the secrets entrepreneurs can use to create wealth and legacy. Discover exactly how the top 1% are building financial success, wealth, and a legacy quickly in their business. These are the only secrets you need to create wealth and legacy when it comes to building your online presence. When you visit bigmoneyinfluencerlive.com, you will get free access to the exclusive Big Money Influencers Live business kit. It teaches proven secret strategies that successful entrepreneurs are using daily to create wealth and legacy in their business. Foolproof methods established business owners are using to live and build wealth and legacy. We know you're busy, so we have convenient audios, which include foolproof methods established business owners use to build wealth and legacy. Easy to follow binder notes. And if you're ready to 10x your online presence or ready to take your business online, you can book a call and discover how to get started. Visit bigmoneyinfluencerlive.com. That's bigmoneyinfluencerlive.com.
If you want to go buy a franchise, you can go franchising. You can get a Chick-fil-A for $10,000. You can go get a McDonald's for $1.2 million. There's the franchise model, traditional, there's franchise. Some people get into sales. They get into a 1099 position where they're either in direct sales, they are a sales rep for another company. Maybe there's a commission structure. They're doing door knocking, cold calling, buying leads, whatever they're doing. Certainly in the insurance world, I have friends who they tried the whole buying leads thing. They tried the whole like cold calling thing, the door knocking thing. Do people make it? Whenever someone's decided they're going to be unstoppable, they'll make it. Like, for goodness sakes, you can sell keychains, promotional items for 20 cents. And if you've decided you'll be a millionaire, so it's not really about the product. It's really about the mindset, and you can just get there faster with a better product, better mentorship, better industry, but you can go anywhere and succeed if you decided to. For us, when I'm sitting there, I'm looking at all these different options. Where do I want to go? I think what was different and what I liked about the company and the model that my friend introduced me to was he had been a traditional financial advisor. He had worked in banking. He had worked as a salary. He had worked as commission. He had worked as fee only. He had done all the different kind of ways you can get at finance. And with our platform, someone's got to get a state license. We do not get paid to recruit agents. There are insurance companies that get paid to recruit people. More power to them. We're just not one of them. We make no money from recruiting agents. We're recruiting a lot of agents because we want to become the largest financial marketing organization in the world. We want to have 500,000 licensed agents by 2029. And we're on track to do that right now, a year and a half early. We're seeing if we can speed it up even more. But we really want to disrupt what's been going on in the insurance world. Not to throw stones. I'm not condemning another company. It's not a condemnation. It's just an observation. We want to disrupt kind of what the status quo is. And so when somebody gets in, depending on their state, they're going to have to invest and get a license like you would in real estate or being a dental hygienist or a tax professional or a truck driver or a barber, a beautician. The licensing process is usually about $300 to $500 in a state. They got to get fingerprinted, background check. You can't have any, misdemeanors. If you robbed a bank or killed somebody, I don't judge, but the state does, right? So they're not going to want you dealing with people's financial information. So somebody's got to invest $300, $500 to get a license. Nobody makes any money off that. And it only takes about a week to get a license. I've had folks who've passed their test in like 28 hours. So someone's like, listen, I want to go make that cheddar, right? They can do it fast. Some people take 2 weeks. But to answer the question in terms of how does someone do it, there's a lot of ways to get into business. There's also a lot of ways to get into the financial industry. In our firm, someone goes through our training program. They get licensed in, call it 3 to 10 days. And we provide all of the rest of the support of helping them find clients, helping them find agents, teaching them systems, scaling, sales, onboarding, aging, hiring, firing, recruiting, all that kind of stuff. We teach them all that stuff.
How do people find you or sign up or get more information from you?
Yeah, so we, I'm available on Instagram, right? At Andrew D. Gaines. If they want to like actually find me, they can go find me at Andrew D. Gaines. I'm there. I'm the same on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Snapchat. I'm the same everywhere. I'm not on TikTok. So if you're going to find me on TikTok, you're not going to find me on TikTok, but you'll find me on Instagram and everywhere else. But I would say someone just reaches out and they say, hey, I want to sit down and have a conversation. I tell people all the time, I don't do phone interviews. We're busy. We had over 5,000 applicants just last month to work with our firm. Over the last year, we've helped over 10,000 people pursue their licensing process. And so there's a huge demand for people that we're interviewing and then that we actually convert and say, hey, yeah, we think you'd be a good fit for our values, our vision, our mission as a company, because we're not for everybody. Some people want to just go make a bunch of money, want to go do it fast, no problem, you can do that. Some people want to go make money, they want to make it quickly, but they want to be part of an organization that has values and principles and a long-term vision of, I'm doing something much bigger. And we look for people who have that vision. So they would reach out and we would set up a time for them to get on one of our webinars, a live webinar, not pre-recorded, one of the live webinars, or sit down one-on-one with our branch managers, and we'd have a conversation and kind of see if their values and their vision and what the journey of their life is leading them into aligns with the direction that we're going. Because if we can all walk on that journey together, let's go take over the world. Let's go make it a better place.
That's awesome. In your company, for somebody that wants to sign up, do they need to have a background in sales?
Great question. Here's what I found. And this is gonna irk all the salespeople. So if you're a salesperson watching, you have a sales background, don't get offended. Just go grab a quick, Mai Tai. Just take a breather here real quick. Don't listen to this part. I love working with people who have no sales background. I didn't have a sales background. Now, I think everything in life is sales. If you're a mom, you're in sales. If you're a dad, you're in sales. If you want to have a partner, you are in sales. If you have a faith background, you're in sales. Shoot, I sold Jesus for years from the pulpit. Now I just do it in our daily conversation. So I think everything in life is sales, for one. But number two, I don't know if a lot of people have been formally trained on the skill set of sales, which isn't convincing someone to buy your product. Real sales is the process of being emotionally present enough to hear and solve someone's problem that they haven't found a solution for. So I love finding problem solvers. I love working with coaches, teachers, counselors, clinicians, people who come from a nursing profession, people who come from a social work profession. I love working with parents. I love working with people who in their natural day-to-day life do not get drained by connecting with people and problem solving. Because if you fundamentally enjoy helping people improve, move their life forward, you love pouring into people, you love connecting and problem solving, you're gonna love this business. Nobody cares what the product is. People only care about if you're able to help them move their life forward. So if you can go help a bunch of people move their life forward, you'll get everything you want out of life. Everything you need and want, all your wild dreams will come true. If you help enough other people win, you're going to win. So I don't look for salespeople. Now, are there some salespeople that have gotten ruined by a sales manager, training them to get so focused on the close or the quota or the product that it's kind of emotionally gotten them all tied up? Yeah, and we got to kind of emotionally massage that out. We got to get them to be a human being again. And I've gotten into stages in my career where I've gotten so focused on the result that I stopped enjoying playing the game. You got to be loose for that. Now, are there other people who are at sales and they're phenomenal at what they do? So if you had your Mai Tai and you were in sales, come on back, you're good with it now. Maybe you're in a position where you have a sales background and you love what you did well, you were number one in whatever metric they wanted to measure, but you haven't found a tribe to run with. When someone has a skill set, but they don't have a tribe, they're a lone wolf. A lot of the folks that I talk to who maybe have the skill set of sales or problem solving, but have never found their community, have never found their tribe, never found a company with a cause that they want to go chase. I love talking to those folks.
That's awesome. I mean, what you're saying about sales applies to everybody. It's all about connection, relationship, and helping a person get to what their dreams are. It's so exciting. I have a coach, Garrett J. White. He teaches strategic seduction.
I love that.
It's all about marketing and just connecting with people, sharing your story and connecting. And it's beautiful. You can use that strategy, like what you shared, in anything. You were sharing that as just in marketing and sales and relationships and with your wife and anybody that you have a conversation with. Even if all you want them to do is is like clean the bathroom.
Yeah.
Still enrolling him into something, which you do every day.
Let me tell you why there's a payoff for this, right?
Is that Einstein behind you?
It is. Yeah, this guy keeps me squared off all day. He said doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result is insanity.
Absolutely.
So he reminds me every single day to stay creative.
Yes, he's awesome. Talking about college, when I was in college and taking math classes. And
Were you good at math?
No, not good at math.
Me either. Keep going. Keep going.
So I passed the 2-year levels of math, got through it. But I have this amazing instructor who he allowed us to do essays on mathematicians or scientists or something that would kind of pad our grade. So people that struggled with math, they could apply maybe they're good at English. I was good at English to write an essay, but I remember writing an essay on Einstein.
Really?
Yeah. And it was my first thing. And it really connected, taking something that I could do, applying it to something I struggle with. If you want to connect with Andrew and learn more about how people helping people can help you create your dreams, your vision, and a purpose, check him out.
Appreciate the time. Great to spend time with all of you. Have a phenomenal rest of your week.
To discover the secrets entrepreneurs are using to create wealth and legacy, visit bigmoneyinfluencerslive.com. And here's a big ask. If you love this podcast, will you take a minute to subscribe, review, and give us a 5-star rating? Be sure and share with your friends and family. And thank you for listening.